give me a happy marriage. That prayer cannot be answered. I'm not cursing anybody. The prayer can only be answered when you have done what you should do. God will not do. You can't ask God in prayer to do what He has already commanded you to do. There are houses we're buying, there are buildings we're occupying that, honestly speaking, if we don't take time, we don't even know we live inside the house. Many politicians have as much as 200 buildings in the city. I can guarantee you that at least 10% of those buildings, their children will not be able to locate it. I was speaking to a billionaire during the week. He told me he has so many properties. He told me of one of his properties in Ikorodu that a Chinese company has once offered $850,000 when he said they should bring $1 million. But he said they can only pay $50,000. He said, Pastor, I didn't want to sell it then, but now I want to sell it. He said, because my children don't know the address. And the people that knows the address with me, I don't trust them. That man is smart. He said, so I want to sell it and eat it before I die. He said, because my children don't... He said, I've taken them there, but I don't think they can locate that place. And I know people who are close to me who knows it very well. They know it's like the palm of their hands. They'll just keep quiet. This man said, I won't read everything because of time. This man said, this is everything I have accumulated. The wealth I have won in my life, I cannot bring with me. I cannot bring with me. What I can bring is only the memories precipitated. I don't know what that means by love. Maybe we'll check that. That's the true riches which will follow me, accompany me, giving me strength and light as I go on. Love can travel 1,000 miles. Life has no limit. Go where you want to go. Reach the height you want to reach. It is all in your heart and in your hands. What is the most expensive bed in the world is the sick bed. What is the most expensive bed in the world? He said it's the sick bed. You can employ someone to drive your car for you, make money for you, but you cannot have someone to bear the sickness for you. This man is telling the truth. Material things lost can be found, but there is one thing that can never be found when it is lost: life. When a person goes into the operating room, he will realize that there is one book that he has yet to finish reading. You see, covenant blessing is more than money. Money is just a part of it. What the world pursue is not covenant blessing. That's why Proverbs chapter 10 verse 22 says, the blessing of God maketh rich. What does that mean? If there is the blessing of God, that means there are other blessings. What we're talking about this morning is the blessing of God, the covenant blessing that God bestowed on Abraham, and we have access to it through Christ, through our faith in Christ. He said the blessing of God makes rich, but had no sorrow to it. That means there is the blessing of the devil, there is all kinds of blessings. May you only have the blessing of God. You are not saying amen properly. May God bless you with his true blessings. You know why the blessing of God is important? It doesn't have sorrow. It comes with peace of mind. You don't need any drug to sleep. You sleep like a baby. It comes with long life and fulfillment. It comes with inner satisfaction, inner contentment. Are you following me? Am I making sense to you? This generation has lost its bearing because we have brought into summation that blessing equals money, plenty money. That's why African youths are selling their kidney in Malaysia. That's why there's a cultural problem among the blacks. That the blacks can do anything for money. A young man of 22 travels to Malaysia and sells one of his kidney. Because money has been overrated. Material blessing has been overrated. To the point that people pursue wealth at the expense of their health. Thousands of Africans are sailing the Atlantic Ocean to cross to Europe. Very risky game. A few survive, some die. Some try to trek in the wilderness of Libya. That's why we are desperate. Pastors are desperate. Politicians are desperate. Business people are desperate. Because money has been overrated. I want to be blessed, but I only want the blessing of God. You know why? It is only that blessing that makes rich and doesn't add sorrow to it. The other one will make rich and add some sorrow to it. Whatever will take my joy, I don't want it. There's nothing I want at all the expense of my joy. Are you following what I'm saying? The riches that will take my joy, I don't want it. The fame that will take my joy, I don't want it. The success that will take my joy, I don't want it. I don't want it. Because people work so hard from the age of 20. They work so hard till they are maybe probably 40-something or 50-something. And they leave what they have worked so hard to accumulate. Do you think that's a blessing? Do you think that's from God? That can't be from God. He said, with long life and prosperity, I will satisfy you. I don't believe a 40-year-old man is satisfied. I don't believe a 50-year-old man or 60-year-old man is satisfied. Are you following what I'm saying? Covenant blessing is multi-generational. It's transferable. You know why it's multi-generational? Because the children you will hand it over to, their head too is correct. Just like your head is correct. So part of covenant blessing is that you'll be successful in parenting. You'll be what? Money can't buy success in parenting. No? If you want to know what I'm talking about, go to some powerful places and see how rich people's children are selling their parents' property. That's why you see they will be writing in front in Nigeria. They will put it in a. This house is not for sale. Somebody is trying to sell it. Abi? Somebody is making an attempt. Parents are carrying documents of their properties to hide in the vault. Some parents can't eat food from their children from the fear that they want to kill them. Some children have gone as far as going to their parents and said, Daddy, when are you going? You are saying too long. When are we going to shine? You are taking our shine. That's the desperation of our generation. The children you raised and suffered for want you to go and leave the thing quickly. That's not covenant blessing. Covenant blessing will make you raise godly children. And that's why all the precepts that is connected to covenant blessing, one of them is that he said, this thing I'm teaching you, you will teach your children. That means their head too will be correct. So that you don't just leave inheritance for them. You also leave inheritance in them. Hello? So that's why Abraham's blessing, while you are pursuing money, you're also paying attention. You're also giving attention to your family. Covenant blessing. Job, he was saying that thing from a serious experience. He was dying and he saw that he was a failure. Even though the world called him a success. You won't die as a failure. You won't die as a failure. You will live a fulfilled life. You will live a fulfilled life. Covenant blessing will be visible in your life. What is covenant? Covenant is an agreement. Covenant is a contract. God has a contract of blessing with his children. That in blessing, he had it with Abraham. He swore. He said, in blessing, I'll bless you. He now said in Galatians 3:29, he said, if you are Christ, if you belong to Christ, he said, you are Abraham's seed. That means everything I said to Abraham that day, I said it to you too. That in blessing, I'll bless you. In multiplying, I'll multiply you. I will multiply you and I'll bless you with a four generational blessing, multi-generational blessings. Your grandchildren, their head will be straight. Your great-grandchildren will serve the God you are serving. You are not saying amen to these prayers. Covenant blessing is a spiritual thing. God spoke to me that every Monday, please come, that every Monday I should speak the blessing upon my children. And the way I do it is I'm sorry, this is a man of God, but I need to hold him like a child. Before they leave, I just hold their head like this. Speak blessings into their life. I'm not shouting, no, but I know what I'm saying. I'm saying your head has to be correct. This is Monday. You will think straight. I decree every blessing of God upon my life over your life. You think that child will now grow up and do otherwise? Possible. Any choice. He's been initiated before he even knows. There's an initiation that goes on daily. Then that child is seeing you that you are taking covenant steps and you are showing him. You are also living by example and you are showing him. Covenant blessing is more than money. It's a life. And it's transferable. But you need to understand what it is. And don't limit it to just money. Because many parents are just looking for how to live money. How to live money. If you live only money, you don't live wisdom. They will squander the money. Amen. Some parents are there. They are still in mortuary. They are already selling their properties. In mortuary. They are already selling the. They are already fighting. A man died. The news was announced. Cars started disappearing immediately. ATM card were disappearing. They don't even care that the man died. That's what they've been waiting for. Think about what will happen when you are gone. Covenant blessing does not only cover for when you are here, it covers for where you have gone. What will be said of you, what will be taught of you, what will be, how things will be dealt with. That's covenant blessing. Please take your seat, sir. That's covenant blessing. Everybody say, I receive covenant blessing. Say, I have covenant blessing. I am blessed in the city. I am blessed in the field. I am blessed when I go out. I am blessed when I come in. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter the volume of the money in your bank account, no matter the volume of your collections of designers in your wardrobe, no matter what you drive, no matter whatever it is that where you live, your address, what drives you counts. What drives you counts. What's the driving force? What's the driving force of your life? Steve Jobs just told us that the driving force was only work. The driving force was only the pursuit of accumulation of material blessings. And anytime purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. Can I tell you the purpose of covenant blessing? Can I tell you? Very simple. Covenant blessing is given so you can be a blessing. That's the only reason. He told Abraham, I'll bless you and I'll make you what? That means you'll be a blessing to widows. You'll be a blessing to the orphans. You'll be a blessing. It won't just be about you. It will be about people. I'll soon get to that maybe in third service. That's the purpose. That's the purpose. The cars will never be enough. The shoe and designer bags will never be enough. But ladies and gentlemen, fulfillment comes when you become a blessing. Thinking about yourself will never be enough. But the fulfillment comes when you begin to think about others. Imagine the example of all the African youths, how they are pursuing this thing. It is time to start defining success more from the angle of purpose